Welcome to G Fun Facts Online. When we think of culture, intelligence, and complex social lives, we often look to the great apes, or to ourselves. But beneath the waves, in the vast and enigmatic expanse of the world's oceans, a captivating narrative of intelligence, culture, and even elaborate romance is unfolding. At the heart of this story are some of the most charismatic and cognitively advanced creatures on Earth, dolphins. For years, we've been fascinated by cetacean intelligence, but recent discoveries have unveiled a particularly curious and endearing chapter: the use of sea sponges as fashion statements, strategic gifts, and essential tools. This isn't a tale of a single, isolated behavior, but rather two distinct and equally intriguing phenomena observed in different dolphin species. Each one shines a spotlight on the remarkable adaptability and cultural depth of these marine mammals, forcing us to reconsider what it means to be a cultural being. So today, we dive into the tale of two sponges. One is a story of courtship and flair, the other, a story of survival and heritage. Let's start with the romantics. In the sun-drenched waters off the coast of Western Australia, a peculiar and charming spectacle has captured the attention of scientists and ocean lovers alike. Male Australian humpback dolphins have been observed, presenting large, brightly colored sea sponges to females, in what researchers believe is a sophisticated courtship ritual. This is no simple offering. The act of retrieving these sponges is a feat in itself. These are not just loose sponges floating about. They are often firmly attached to the seafloor, and many species of sponge have a defense mechanism where they release noxious, unpleasant chemicals when disturbed or broken. This means the male dolphin must possess not only considerable strength and dexterity to rip the sponge from its anchor, but also a tolerance for these defensive compounds. He has to work for this gift. But the display doesn't stop at mere presentation. These amorous males have been seen balancing the sponges on their beaks and heads, almost like flamboyant hats, as they swim in the presence of a potential mate. This sponge fashion is often accompanied by other impressive displays designed to capture the female's attention. A male might strike what researchers have dubbed a banana pose, contorting his body into a C shape, with his head and tail lifted dramatically out of the water. Alongside this visual spectacle, he might emit loud, trumpet-like sounds from his blowhole, an auditory signal that cuts through the ocean noise. And in a fascinating display of social complexity, some males even enlist the help of a wingman. Another male dolphin will assist in the courtship endeavor, perhaps helping to herd the female or fend off rivals. This is a rare example of cooperation in a scenario where, ultimately, mating success cannot be shared. It hints at a social system of reciprocity and alliances that we are only just beginning to understand. So what exactly is the message behind this elaborate performance? Scientists are still working to unravel the precise meaning, but there are several compelling theories. The first, and most charming, is that it's a genuine gift, a token of affection akin to a human offering a bouquet of flowers or a box of chocolates. It's an offering that says, "I went to some trouble for you." A second, more Darwinian interpretation is that it's an assertive display of dominance and fitness. This is known as the handicap principle. The male is essentially saying, "Look at me. I am so strong, so healthy, and so competent that I can afford to handicap myself by finding, carrying, and balancing this awkward, cumbersome sponge, all while performing other difficult maneuvers. I have energy to spare, therefore, I possess excellent genes." It's a way for the male to signal his strength and genetic quality to the discerning female. A third, slightly darker possibility is that the act could be a form of intimidation or coercion. The large sponge and loud noises might be overwhelming, used to corner a female or pressure her into mating. In what seems like a comical twist of frustration, some males who are ignored by the female have been observed tossing the sponge directly at her, as if to say, "Hey, look at my sponge." While the direct impact of these sponge-centric displays on mating success is still under investigation, it is undeniably a rare and complex example of tool use in a sexual context among non-human mammals. Most animal tool use is for foraging. Using an object as part of a courtship display is almost unheard of. Now, let's leave the romantic gift-givers and travel further south, to the iconic and intensely studied waters of Shark Bay. Here, another group of dolphins has become famous for their use of sponges, but for a very different and arguably more vital primary purpose. In Shark Bay, a population of Indo-Pacific bottlenose dolphins, particularly the females, have developed a remarkable foraging technique known as sponging. It is a masterful display of ingenuity. These resourceful dolphins will painstakingly select a specific, cone-shaped marine sponge, break it off the seafloor, and then fit it over their beak, their rostrum, like a protective glove or a thimble. With this ingenious tool equipped, they can probe the sandy, rubble-strewn seabed for small, bottom-dwelling fish that are their preferred prey. This protective gear is essential. It shields their sensitive snouts from abrasion by sharp rocks and shells, but more importantly, it protects them from the stings of venomous creatures, like the highly dangerous stonefish that frequently hide in the sand. This behavior is a prime example of culture in the animal kingdom. And when scientists say culture, they mean a very specific thing. It is not an innate skill that dolphins are born with. It is a learned tradition passed down socially from one generation to the next. In this case, it is passed almost exclusively from mother to offspring. Young dolphins, especially females, spend years observing their mothers as they perform this technique. By the time they are just a few years old, they begin to practice with their own miniature sponges, learning through trial and error under their mother's watchful eye. But this raises a fascinating question. Why is it almost exclusively a female tradition? The reason is thought to be linked to the starkly different life priorities of male and female dolphins. A female's primary biological drive, once she reaches maturity, is to successfully raise calves. This requires a massive energetic investment through pregnancy and lactation. Therefore, she needs a reliable, consistent source of calories. The specialized and dependable nature of sponging, which allows access to a food source others can't safely reach, is an extremely attractive and successful strategy for a mother. Male dolphins, in contrast, play a different game. Their reproductive success is dictated by their ability to gain access to females. To do this, they dedicate a significant amount of their time and energy to forming complex, hierarchical alliances with other males. These male bonds are crucial for competing against other groups and securing mating opportunities. This lifestyle is intensely social and competitive, and it is completely at odds with the solitary, patient, and time-consuming nature of sponging. While this sponging behavior is primarily a foraging strategy, it has profound and intriguing indirect links to the dolphins' reproductive lives. Research has shown that even though sponger females are more solitary and spend more of their day focused on finding food, their calving success, the rate at which they successfully have babies, is comparable to that of their non-sponging counterparts. This is a crucial finding. It means this highly specialized, culturally transmitted solitary lifestyle is a viable and equally successful evolutionary path. Furthermore, a fascinating study revealed that the peak foraging efficiency of these tool-using dolphins coincides perfectly with their peak reproductive years. In other words, they become masters of their craft right when they need the most calories to support the immense energetic demands of motherhood. It's a beautiful intersection of a learned skill, supporting a fundamental biological imperative. And though it's not a courtship display, the sponging culture of Shark Bay absolutely influences the social fabric of these dolphins. It has been observed that both male and female spongers are far more likely to associate with other spongers. They form social bonds based on this shared, learned behavior. This suggests that, much like humans who bond over shared hobbies, languages, or traditions, these dolphins form friendships and social cliques based on common interests and cultural practices. It creates a distinct subculture within the broader sharkbait dolphin population. The sponge-related behaviors of these Australian dolphins, while extraordinary, are part of a much broader and more diverse tapestry of cetacean courtship rituals. To fully appreciate their uniqueness, it helps to see what else happens in the love lives of whales and dolphins. Across the globe, cetaceans employ a myriad of strategies to attract mates and ensure the continuation of their species. Vocalizations play a monumental role. The haunting and complex songs of the humpback whale are perhaps the most famous example. Only the males sing, and they compose and perform these elaborate acoustic displays that can last for hours and travel for hundreds of miles underwater. These songs are not static. They change. Researchers have tracked hit songs moving across entire ocean basins as males in one population pick up the popular new tune from another. This is, in itself, another profound example of large-scale cultural transmission. Blue whales, the largest animals to have ever lived, also produce powerful low-frequency songs to attract females. Their calls are among the loudest in the animal kingdom, capable of crossing an entire ocean. The quality, duration, and pitch of the song likely serve as an honest indicator of the male's size and fitness. Other toothed whales, like orcas and various dolphin species, utilize a wide array of clicks, whistles, and burst pulses. Different orca populations, or ecotypes, have entirely different dialects, and these vocal traditions are central to their cultural identity and influence who they mate with. Physical displays and intense competition are also common. Male humpback whales engage in dramatic heat runs, where multiple males will intensely compete for access to a single female, leading to high-speed chases and violent physical clashes, with males body-slamming each other. Gray whales are known for their aggressive mating rituals, with males headbutting and body rolling to establish dominance. They have also been observed in mating triads, where a second male may assist another in mating with a female, perhaps to stabilize her or fend off other rivals, hinting at incredibly complex social calculations. And then there are sperm whales, which engage in jousting. Males will clash their massive heads together, using their spermaceti organ, an organ also used for echolocation, as a biological battering ram in a powerful display of raw strength. In this wider context, the dolphin's use of a sponge seems both incredibly subtle and intellectually profound. It's not just about brute force, it's about finesse and problem-solving. The curious cases of the sponge-wielding dolphins offer more than just a glimpse into their romantic and practical lives. They provide a profound insight into their intelligence, their cultural capacity, and the intricate ways in which they interact with their environment. The use of tools, whether for finding food or for matters of the heart, demonstrates a level of cognitive complexity that continues to challenge our understanding of the animal kingdom. These behaviors are not simply hardwired instincts programmed by genetics. They are learned, they are refined, and they are passed down through generations, forming unique cultural traditions within different dolphin populations. The Australian humpback dolphins, with their sponge hats, and the bottlenose dolphins of Shark Bay with their foraging gloves, are a powerful reminder that the ocean is home to societies as complex and fascinating as our own. They challenge our human-centric view of what culture and intelligence truly are, showing us that these concepts can take many forms. As we continue to study these remarkable creatures, we are sure to uncover even more surprising and endearing behaviors that will deepen our appreciation for the rich and varied cultures of the cetacean world. So the next time you see a simple sea sponge, you might just picture a dapper dolphin, balancing his prize like a crown, ready to win the heart of his lady love, or a resourceful mother, patiently teaching her daughter the ancient, learned art of a well-protected hunt. Thanks for listening to G Fun Facts Online.